Hi guys, and welcome back to another devlog about Skyland. Today I got something interesting for you guys. If you want to get access to the source code of this game, you can do so by supporting me on Patreon, but more on that at the end of the video. So in the last devlog I finished my connection based system, which allows me to automatically destroy buildings that float in the sky. I hadn't implemented that yet for the walls, floors and so on, so I went straight into it and added the functionality to them. The blue lines highlight the connections between the structures, and if one of them is no longer connected to the ground, it will collapse. So how does it work internally? Basically, whenever you place an object into the world, it checks all the rigid body collisions and adds them as connections. If a structure gets destroyed, it reverses through the connected structures and checks if it is still connected to the ground. If it's no longer connected, it will get destroyed as well. On to the next task, making the structures editable like in Fortnite. I started off by implementing a simple grid for walls where you can turn each tile on and off. Then I started testing it by adding a floor as a possible edit for walls just to prove that my system is working. The next step was to add simple mirroring mechanics to it, which is pretty basic and you can see it in action in the background. And that's pretty much the edit functionality like in Fortnite, not that complicated after all. The more tedious task was to create all those 3D models for the different edits. So I spent most of my time over the last 2 weeks just making them and checking if they fit together, so you can create some beautiful buildings with it. For now the roof has 4 variations, the floor has 4 variations as well, the stairs have 5 variations and the wall has 6 variations, and combined with mirroring you get more than enough different structures. One thing I still have to do are doors and windows for walls, but that is already on my to-do list. The last thing that I worked on were simple crates that are made out of sticks and leaves. A crate has a total of 9 inventory slots, and if it gets destroyed it will drop its content. The implementation was rather simple because I already had an inventory component which the player used, and I only attached it to this simple crate. Generally speaking, the hard work is done and I only have to create content on top of my engine now. Another feature that is crucial to the game is placing soil. As of right now you can dig holes but not yet terraform the world, so that's something I will tackle in the future as well. In the last 2 weeks I was quite busy moving to a new flat, that's why the progress isn't as big as usual. Now to the source code of Skyland. As of right now I'm only working on this game in my free time and decided to open up a Patreon account to maybe do this full time sometimes in the future. So if you want to support the development you can check out my Patreon link in the description. For $10 you can get the source code of my previously released title called Polymole, including the engine I wrote for it. It also features a lot of Steam functionality like uploading levels to the Steam workshop and downloading it so that others can play it. And it is the predecessor of the engine that I currently use. And it comes with a fully functional level editor, so if you want to check out how the math works behind the scenes for certain things, give it a try. If you have a little more money to spend and you want to have a look at how you can make a client server architecture a fully destructible terrain, or you just want to test the game, you can also get the source code of Skyland for $15. I will release the source code of the new builds every month, so the source code of this build is available right now. When the game releases I will no longer release source code builds, but until then you can check it out. And if you're interested in tutorials, I also set the goal of $200 to start making some tutorials about engine, game and shader development in OpenGL, because as of right now I simply don't have enough free time to work on both the game and tutorials. That's it for the progress over the last 2 weeks. If you have any feedback, make sure to leave it in the comment section and I will see you guys hopefully in the next episode. Bye!